Hello, my name is Tim, and I want to buy a bus. Bus shopping. How did we get here? Actually, before that, I spent a lot of time in August living and working out my car. I do have some follow-up videos from that project. I haven't had a chance to edit and present them yet. So for those of you asking, nobody's asking. For those of you asking, they will be coming soon. Anyway, I'm about to buy a bus. Anybody who wants to see me buy a bus today, this video is not for you. That is not going to happen today. This video is how did we get here? When I was young, like 0 to 10, my hippie mum would take us to all sorts of hippie music, beach, moon festivals. We would travel and stay in tents, in camper vans, in VW vans, in caravans, buses, moving lorries, and just camp out on a beach, in a field, on a farm, wherever. And these were proper hippie peace and love people who would play music in circles. People would set up petting zoos. There would be communal kitchens. Dozens of children would just run around playing together under this kind of communal watchful eye. And that, when I was younger, formed this really strong, really positive introduction to that lifestyle. Non-conformist, non-traditional. A lot of those people were real hippies, real gypsies, real travelers. It's a fundamental part of my childhood and part of my development that stayed with me as I became an adult. I moved back to the UK for a couple of years. I lived and worked in France for a while. I've done that twice, actually. Have worked a few places across Canada. And all of that history has just given me a really great introduction into living and working, kind of not remotely, but nomadically. I don't know if that's correct or acceptable to say, but kind of living and working, in a range of different places, internationally, locally, provincially, but also being able to do it in a way that creates professional growth and monetary value and personal and social growth as well. So anyway, through all of that, here I am, still in love with buses and houseboats. God, I love houseboats, vintage trailers, Airstreams, etc., as well as a peaceful, loving, inclusive society. So, the last few years, I've been very, very privileged to work in ski resorts, both here in BC and British Columbia, and also in France, visit places in Switzerland, and I've been paying, in many cases, ridiculous amounts of rent. So this year, I have decided to fulfill a lifelong dream of owning and converting a vehicle. Maybe a bus, it may be a van. I'm still trying to work through that in my head, but I am van and bus shopping this week. This year has been a really amazing turning point for me, professionally, culturally, a lot of growth, finding strength and pride in myself and some things I've done and some of my history. Along with some really great professional and financial achievements as well. I may go back to post-secondary education next year. I chose to defer it this year due to restrictions from the pandemic. But what I have decided is that I want to convert a bus or a van. I want something of my own. It's been a very long time since I've wanted or felt comfortable with kind of buying a house in the suburbs or a condo in a development or that kind of thing. But I do want something of my own. And to that point, because I live in the mountains, I need to move on this. It is September. It could snow soon. Temperatures will and have started dropping here at 1,500 meters, at 2,000 meters. I need to vacate this studio in about 2 months, so I need a sealed, heated, safe, dry place to eat, sleep, and live from. Again, buses versus vans. I've got a short list. I'm still trying to decide. I've got a list of 5 or 6 vehicles, basically from $3,000 to $5,000 to much higher. I also have a kind of a limited budget for this, but I need to buy a vehicle. I need to strip it. I need to frame it. I need to insulate it, panel it, and outfit it into a vehicle that I can live out of. And I just want to stress that I want to be out exploring and living and working as much as possible, but I want somewhere that I can comfortably eat, sleep, stretch, maybe have a friend visit or over for dinner or a drink, and maybe read a book or something when the weather is bad. And there are a lot of steps involved too, a lot of stages. I'm going to be depending on help from friends and some colleagues and kind of professionals on doing this. There's a lot of stages, a lot of bits and pieces that go into these conversions. But this is just a little bit of a background on kind of how I got to this point. So for me, the next 5 or 6 days will be spent between Victoria on Vancouver Island and possibly Edmonton, Calgary. I'm trying to restrict the distance I travel because we are in a pandemic. I'm trying to be responsible and be traveling with a mask, with hand sanitizer, keeping my social distance. But the next 5 or 6 days will be spent between Victoria and possibly Edmonton. looking at buses and vans, test driving vehicles, smelling and tasting oil and transmission fluids, and also a whole hell of a lot of just blind luck and good fortune. So yeah, I'm going to try and show you as much of my journey as I can. If anyone has any comments or questions or criticisms or suggestions, I would love to hear them. Please comment above, below, beside, or wherever you're viewing this. My name is Tim, and I'm going to buy a bus. 3, 2, 1. I actually can't believe I'm about to do this. Oh, what am I like? Nope, nope.